I'm excited to be here and share of the YouScience platform, but also give you some information about the updates that are to come. We're really excited. So, well, before I go into that, I'll introduce myself. So my name is Trisha. I've been with YouScience for about 8 months now. So should you have any questions and I don't know the answer, I will be 100% transparent with you. I will get the answer for you. But I really love working with CTE programs. In a previous role, I worked for a certification provider for 8 years. So I've been in this space for a while. But with YouScience, as we're different as an aptitude-based career guidance platform, I've had so many new conversations with CTE programs and directors and teachers, and just impacting students in a different way is really great, and it's something I'm really passionate about. I live in Memphis, Tennessee. I grew up in Mississippi, as you heard me say earlier. I'm not used to cold weather, but I really enjoyed being in the conference. I guess that was last week. So with that, I'll move on. This is all of my contact information. If you have any questions afterwards, please feel free to call or email me anytime. Okay. So we are expanding the resources that we offer. YouScience is obviously the biggest piece of our platform. The thing we're most proud of is our aptitude-based career guidance platform. So students go through a series of brain games. And in addition to their interest, we do give them an interest survey. And we also take into consideration their personality profile based on a survey in that regard. The aptitude, interest, and personality fit really guide them to best fit career pathways. And all of the careers that are given to the students require some type of post-secondary education. They're in-demand careers. However, that being said, we know that not every student wants to go to college or needs to go to college, so they can filter their career options based on the education and investment. So they can put in that they just want to get a certification exam or go to a trade school and see careers that match and based on that education investment. We also offer a lot of insights and data for administrators, also for students. I'll show you that. YouScience and Precision Exams recently merged in 2020. So we offer a suite of industry certification exams. We have a library of over 200 of them. In the list, which I'll show you, we have the LAPSN exams, which were just recently approved by the state of Michigan. And we also have a great suite for soft skills and financial literacy. Additionally, we have just partnered with NC3T, which is a work-based learning platform. So it's a really great resource for you to manage everything that has to do with work-based learning opportunities for the students, including advisory boards. You can track all that paperwork, the timesheets, have all the signatures in one place, and that resource is available within our platform. And lastly, this is a really cool component. Students access its platform for 10 years. So we're really striving to make this platform the most useful and valuable resource for the students as they look for jobs. So they're going to be able to build resumes from this platform. Also, they can search for employers that are looking for talent that align with their aptitudes, or should they have any of the precision exam certifications, they can look for employers that value the certification exams that we offer. We also have a college and university tab where students can search local and see how their aptitudes would lead them to best fit majors. So all kinds of other great information, but those are the highlights of the platform. We also have a way, obviously, to track those important EDP state requirements, and I'll show you what that will look like as well. So I'll just briefly give you some information about the why. So why does YouScience exist? And we found that there is a gap. High schools are doing a really fantastic job of graduating more students more than ever before, but we're finding that there's still a skills gap from high school graduation or even college degrees to the workforce demand. And we're just trying to help students and our communities find the right people for the right jobs. And as you all know, what's available now, and I don't mean to sound so, I don't want to be negative here, but the thing is that interest surveys are the only thing that's available for students until now. We're the only aptitude-based career guidance platform. Now there is ASVAB, which is available for the military, and you can think of YouScience as the civilian version of ASVAB. So lots of interest surveys available. And students only know what they've been exposed to. So it's really preventing the gap to become larger in the workforce. Also, another problem that we found is that students are mostly gauged by their academic measures. So their GPAs, ACT, SATs, the all-stars get the most attention. But we know that every student has abilities, has aptitudes and skills that they can contribute. Can you guys still see my screen? Okay, cool. And our economy needs everyone, of course. So YouScience comes into play. We're the only, again, aptitude based career guidance platform. It's psychometrically sound. The students play brain games, and each brain game takes about 9 to 12 minutes to complete. And some of them, quite honestly, are going to be painful. I know I had to take it myself when I first was hired. And some of them I was like, wow, this is great. I breezed through them. And in others, I felt like, I felt like I was writing with my less dominant hand. And that's to be expected. And I think it's important to share that information with your students to know that it's not gauging their intelligence. It's just gauging how their brain absorbs and processes information. And there are no rights or wrongs. And the system is also very kind with the verbiage that it provides. It's not like toxic positivity, but it takes how they work, how their brain works, and really guides them in a kind way so that they can learn more about themselves and obviously feel more empowered. Okay, also all of the careers that are provided come from ONET and the Department of Labor, so that information is always updated. Okay, so we have the brain games or the aptitude battery starting from 6th grade. We do offer just an interest survey for 6th graders if you want to track that. And then 7th and 8th graders, we provide 5 brain games and an interest survey. And then going into high school, 9th grade or older, they get the whole suite. So they get 9 brain games, an interest inventory, a personality profile, and then you have 5 additional brain games that you can implement throughout their high school career. And over 500 plus careers are provided within our system. So this is an example of a brain game. This is inductive reasoning, and they're asked to select 3 items that have something in common. And I always think it's really fun to just hear how people see this. So for me, I thought it was, well, and I think it's not right or wrong. I think that A, E, and F, because that could be a cookbook, and those are the items that you need to cook the cake here. So anyway, you can choose you have your choice. That's mine. The next one, oh, the next one. So this is spatial visualization. This one I did not like. It asks you to visualize a piece of paper with a hole poked in it at the bottom here. And then it asks you where the holes are when the when the paper is lying flat. So that was a really interesting 9 minutes for me. Okay, uh, just a little more about interest surveys. Uh, this is from a survey of 103,000 public school students, and the careers that were shown to students were interest surveys only. And as you can see, 80% of the top 50 or more frequent careers shown to students were in social and artistic careers, which is great, but we can't have all of our population guided in that direction. So we are striving to have a community of students where there's an intersection of their aptitudes and their interest, and then skills and knowledge. And that's where you can incorporate those industry certification exams if you'd like. Which I know we have we have a ways to go as far as like implementing precision exams at the state level. However, there is a workaround. If you'd like to know more about that, you can let me know. But I'm going to hop into the program. So this is where everything lives, YouScience.com. Once the students log in, they could access their certifications, should they take any, from this tab at the top. And then we have an opportunities tab, and that's where they can search the local employers. And I pulled over here. It goes to a second page, and I just searched for Grand Rapids in your area. So you can search here anywhere they are. And again, they'll have access for 10 years, and they can filter the results by certification, aptitude, interest, and then they're going to see a list of employers. And please note too that we're always working to build this page and this resource. We have a team of people that reach out to employers, and it's a really great way. If you know of any, it's a really great way for us to kind of help marry community and schools. So if you'd like to share any of employers that you work with, should you decide to move forward with us, we're glad to put that information in here. Okay, so here we are, many pages, as you can see. I'll just open up this one, and this gives company details, how many employers, it can take them to the company website, and the career and areas and certifications that they offer. So I'm going to get into the aptitudes in a second, but I wanted to show this tab. I think it's really great, the describing you section. So this is a way for students to just get key terms that describe them based on their aptitude results. It's also a really great resource for school counselors as you're building letters of recommendation for the students. Also great resource for students as they're building resumes, and also preparing for interviews. They give them just clear statements of how they work, their interpersonal style, basically going into each area of the core drivers of the aptitude battery. So I always like to show that. I'm going to move forward to P feature that we're adding. So this is going to launch. So we're piloting it now. Allegan is doing a real-time pilot with us, and we also have school district in Washington State. So they're kind of like working through it to make sure there aren't any bugs. So this is what it looks like. They're going to log in and see the aptitude wheel. This will be very similar. They can select any area here, and it'll go in to what that particular core driver looks like for this student. So it shows results. Well, first of all, it shows them what it is that they're looking at, numerical reasoning. In this particular example, and it shows how they performed. So this student, you're quick to spot patterns among numbers. So all, again, positive reinforcement. They can favorite these, and those favorites will show up here at the top. And then how does this impact my life in work, school, and social situations? And then I really like this piece. So when I said our platform doesn't use positivity, again, it's very kind, but it does show things that you are going to find easy and then things that are going to be difficult for you. And that's okay. And then tips for success. And then seeing numerical reasoning and other. That's great too. Um, every piece of the aptitude battery is uniform. We just went into that one, but it's all uniform. So everything looks okay. And then it goes into the personality profile here, their personal approach. This particular student is a future focuser, an extrovert. She has a solid vocabulary and she's a specialist. So she can explore to see what all that entails. Again, uniform, what the results show, how this impacts daily life, tips for success. And then this EDP piece is giving the students a place to reflect on their aptitudes, asking them which of their talents surprised you after seeing the results. Have you seen your talent show up in your life? And then the career, this is the interest piece from the Holland theory. I'm sure you're all very familiar with that. And then the careers that are listed. So I actually, let me, you know what, actually, sorry about that. I'm hopping all around. I'll go into the careers piece in a second. So these are the careers. And then this will show up naturally by default, their top 3 best matches. Or if the students were to go in and favorite one of the careers, the top 3 will show up. And this is our resume builder. We have a resume example.
Trisha, you said that the top 3 show up. Can you drill down deeper than top 3, or like when you do your personality profile, and then maybe some of the brain games is developing a profile for you on top careers? Is it always going to be just the top 3, or to give you a more detailed list to kind of review others that might be fits?
There are so many options, and I'm sorry to have I hopped right to this piece before showing you the career cards, but I'll get there. So this is just an example resume. I'll go straight to the careers after this. This is an example resume, and then the students have an opportunity to edit their own, which I thought is really great. And also, just so you know, so this is what's available now. Also know that we are investing a lot into this resource as an organization. So what you see here is just like the very beginning, like the tip of the iceberg. We're going to prepare or have available a course scheduler. And also, I don't think I told you this, but we also have single sign-on abilities too. So we can work with you with that. But back to the resume builder, this is just how they begin that process. And then they can reflect on the careers and then full reflection. And before I get too in the weeds, I want to show you this. So these are the best fit career. So as you can see, lots and lots and lots of careers. And you can favorite them or unfavorite. But and they can filter by their education investment. And then if they want to see overall fit or just those aptitude fits or their interest fit, which is really the difference between just the interest and their aptitudes. I'm just going to go into this career card. So this information is really great. So it shows the education investment that's required for this career, the projected job openings, and the salary range. And it tells you, overall fit, what it looks like a day in the life of an architecture professor, the core tasks. And I think this is great, how you can see how this career fits you. So the orange circles represent the student's aptitudes, and the white circles represent the aptitudes that rank high for this career. And then when you scroll down, you can see the same for interest. And then there are more careers that are in the same realm, more information about how they're going to get there, the degrees, on-site training, certifications, best majors, which is really great. And then projected job openings across the country. And then they can go into a state, see what it looks like there, more information. So you can save it or not. But those are the career cards. Do you feel good with that? Okay. And then we'll go down. This is where we left off. So they can reflect to the careers and then their high school reflection. And then this is where we get into post schools and programs. And they can reflect on what their plans are. And they can share some information about their options and plans. Going into a school tab, just pick this one, it works the same as the career cards. They can add notes, rank the school. Okay. It'll give them some information about the school, and then some, it will take them to the website here. They can scroll down, see the areas of studies and programs that are offered, the degrees awarded, the admission statistics, the demographics, tuition, cost, and aid. And I like this little calculator here, and student outcomes, extracurricular activities. So all kinds of great information here for the students. They can reflect on that area. So I know that you all may have some experience using YouScience, and I know we have just a little bit of time. I would love to know, first of all, what you think about the new features, and then also how I can help you. I've done a little bit of research, and I saw that you guys have had quite a few students go through the aptitude battery. And if there's any type of additional training or our how-to guides, we have a great resource of easy to access videos, how-to guides for any training, or just some more information about how it works and why. So I'd love to hear from you and answer any questions that you have.
Okay, I just unmuted, so allow people to answer questions. Some of the team here was just talking about some of the stuff they have done, because we do have a college and career person and one of the counselors who have had a chance to play around with it a little bit. So what comments or questions do we have regarding YouScience? I think my first question would be training. Like, obviously you mentioned a lot of resources. I think one of the things that would be of value is what ongoing resources do you have, but what also ongoing training. We have, a good, like I said, turnover. If people said, we need a deep dive into this because we are all new, is that something YouScience is willing to provide?
Oh, absolutely. Yes, we have a team of people that their only job is to train you.
Is that at a cost, or is that part of what you're already paying for?
That is just included.
Okay, that's good to know.
And with the turnover and just how busy all of you are, I am always available. So if you have a quick question, you can always reach out and call me. We do have a YouScience. Let me find this. I'll show you. On our website, youscience.com. The support tab. Also, our customer service team is fantastic. They are a group of very kind people, and they are available all hours, even on the weekend, I believe. So you can always call too if you can't get in touch with me. But we have this tab here where you can kind of drill in. There's a lot of FAQs and resources. So I don't think a lot of people know that this place exist. So,
Okay, awesome.
How about data extraction if we wanted to extract data out of YouScience into our SIS?
I'm glad you asked that. Yes, thank you. So we have, okay, so I just showed you the student side. Can we take a minute for me to show you some of the data and insights that I have for you all as administrators and teachers? Okay, so this is what your dashboard would look like as an administrator. So you go into Insights and then select here. I like to show the CTE Perkins tab. Also note, we're making improvements and offering more data and insights. So what you see here is just a great way to kind of see your group of students and make sure they're in the right program. And also you can always impersonate a student as an administrator. It takes like 10 seconds. You do have to, for now, search the student's name and everything that they've done will show up, and I can show you all that. But for this particular report, I'm going to select a few programs, and you can select them all if you'd like. It just takes a while to pull the report. So I'm just going to get some of this, not accounting. And then, okay, you apply the filters. And you can export all of this to PDF, spreadsheets, whatever you need. But this is going to show you the results, the students' results in these particular areas that you selected by gender, ethnicity, and graduation year. And then you're going to see a summary of the pathways. So here you're going to see the student's name, their top 3 aptitude fit, and their interest fit, and their overall fit. Does that look like it would be useful to you?
I just unmuted. Is that useful data to you?
Yeah, I mean, for my role, like what you just said, organizing a job related or career related field trip or
Yeah.
experience.
So I think that the reporting, yeah, that's kind of nice and robust to be able to break it down by interests or aptitudes. I think regarding the data question, you can pull a report to download a PDF of stuff, but what if you wanted to, and I don't know if is that an API where you're pulling out?
I'm going to extract and import into our SIS.
Can you like if they wanted to put some stuff to save, because here's the bottom line, Tricia, like when people switch system to system, they like lose everything. So if there's critical components that they want to save or maybe throw into a different dashboard, on their SIS.
Or use the data in our SIS.
Or use the data in SIS. Is there ways to extract the data, not just a PDF report, but
I see.
extract the data?
Okay, I'll find out.
And that, is there nightly batch uploads, which I'm sure there are, of updated data within your system? I would assume that there's like a nightly batch upload of data, right?
Yes, definitely. I do know that for sure.
Well,
I'll see about the transferring data into your SIS or what platform do you all use?
Synergy.
Okay. Okay, thank you. I'll find out and I'll get back with you. Any other questions about that?
To work with anyone.
I'm sorry.
That they're more than willing to work with anyone.
Yeah.
Oh, good. Okay, thank you for that. Any other questions about data that I can get you answers?
And you did mention the SSO capability. That's great. So, do you have a parent access?
Okay, great question. Yes, that is definitely on the roadmap. And also if the parents want to take the aptitude battery themselves, should they want to have a second act, I'm glad to provide them free access.
So when
I
you say
think
on the roadmap about do you have a plan, estimated time of when you think that might be out there?
Okay. I will find out more details. So what I've heard is that we want to have the parents to easily be able to access their students' information because, as you know, students are very busy and not always home. So the student or the parents just need to access their students' results without the student being available. And that could look like obviously sharing username and password, but I don't want to like mislead, but I think it's going to be like the student or the parents are going to have their own username and password and be able to log into the student's account.
Okay.
And I'll get clarity on that for you.
Just
But
in
I
ter-
know that's something that we talk a lot about as an organization. It's parents transparency.
Or even working with our SIS, we have a parent view that maybe somehow you can connect that way. We have a lot of APIs going with Synergy. So
Okay.
I know that EduPoint would be more than willing to work out some connections.
Okay. I like that. Like I said, I'll get clarity on that and get back with you. So the parents can log in obviously into Synergy.
Yep, we have a parent account. Yep.
Okay.
Trisha, I love that you have the brain-based stuff, the aptitudes. That's one of the things that I love. And I know some of the other vendors out there say, well, we have that and it looks like this, but it's not quite the same. It's not as user-friendly. It's definitely not as detailed as this. That said, question I have in terms of, and it really comes down to what Wyoming wants, like, what's the priority for them? Like, they might say, that's exactly our priority is this aptitude stuff. But do you have, and I didn't see, and maybe you just didn't mention, things like lessons or connected activities that go? So soft skills lessons are things to support. And again, maybe you haven't, I just I'm not aware of it, but what other things do you have to support to kind of drill down a little bit deeper for the classroom teacher?
So we don't have any type of lessons. However, we do have this suite of certification exams, and you can always access the exam standards. And this shows you, and so also note that these are national industry standards. So we have, and I don't know if this is answering your question or helpful, but it might be. You can see what's covered on the exam and build either lesson plans or a syllabus or some activities around what's covered in these areas.
Are these an additional, like this is an additional premium cost, or is that part of what you're already offering?
So this is online. You could access it now for free. I'm glad to send this over to you.
Trisha, you had mentioned that you guys are working with the state in regards to precision exams to make it more fluid. Can you expand on that a little bit more?
Sure. So the state is currently or just recently approved our LAPSN exams. So that's the public safety law enforcement. And the state has also approved, we offer NISHI exams in health science. So for now, those are definitely the ones that are on the list, on the state list. Dearborn Public Schools has a John Byrle, if you are familiar with him, he has used precision exams. And we also have quite a few teachers across the state that are so passionate about precision exams and working so hard to get our exams on the list. But there is a workaround. And I asked him, and he's using Perkins $5 for our precision exams. And I asked him to share a step-by-step. He just hasn't gotten back with me yet. I just asked him on Friday. Yeah, that's where we're full transparency. We're on the supplemental list, but not on the standard state list for now.
So I have another question. Actually, two questions. First one was these precision exams, and I apologize, this is something that's a little new to me. Are these like micro credentialing? So they take the precision exam, they finish it, they get a certificate, they're certificate based? Is that what these are?
Yes, these are great. They're end of course certification exams. So the students are awarded a certification, and on the back it skills that they've mastered, which again are really great to add to resumes.
Awesome.
Yeah. Um, m- w- oh my gosh, I hear so often in the state of Michigan, more than any other, our marketing exams and our accounting exams really. At conferences, we have what we call certification labs. And so that just gives teachers and students an opportunity to take a precision exam. And I had one accounting teacher in Michigan, and he was like, I was with just a student, wasn't like top student. But he had her take an accounting exam without looking at the standards. It was the first time he'd even heard of precision exam, and she had just completed the accounting one course. She passed the exam with flying colors because it was everything that he had covered, because it's just like no fluff, just industry standards. Now, they're rigorous, but the good news too is that the teacher can proctor their own students on your school campus. The exams take no longer than an hour to complete. I know that there are some out there that can take like up to 3 hours. That's not the case with precision exams, and they're really easy to administer.
Okay, and there, I do, one of my colleagues actually here came up with a question. She said, are there ways to utilize the aptitude assessments without a full package purchase? Are you purchasing the whole thing, or if you wanted to do some of the aptitude stuff without, like, do you have to purchase the whole thing in order to do the aptitude, or do you do like, I guess, a la carte?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. So you mean just like get the aptitude battery for your students and not the certification exams?
Yeah,
Yeah.
the aptitudes come with purchasing YouScience, but could somebody say, hey, no, we're not using YouScience, but we love this idea of the aptitudes, can we use that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Is John through the Dearborn schools also using the work-based learning platform, or can you share another contact that's using the work-based learning?
Yes, we're so excited about our partnership with NC3T, and Allegan is also um, using the work-based learning platform. And Beth Johnston, she's amazing, and I know she'd be more than willing to share information and feedback. She's also very honest, which I really like. She'll tell me what I don't want to hear, and then I take that straight to products, and I'm like, this is what I'm hearing. So yeah, she's great.
The NCT3, I pretty N3CT, I think I've worked with them. Is that also seamless? Is that tied to their seamless platform?
Yes, it's called Seamless. They also offer professional services, if that's ever anything that you're in the market for.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I know that works really well within ISD, but I was actually curious about seamless in the
Yeah.
past
Yep,
also.
it's seamless.
That's part of you have a partnership with them. So as the school wants to create work-based learning opportunities, and it could be just, it doesn't have to be internships, but it could be job shadows, it could be industry tours, all of that could be tied into the NC3T, right?
That's right. So YouScience purchased
Okay.
NC3T, and it was just a few months ago. So yeah, we're just kind of ironing that out. So it's YouScience now. We're really excited about it.
Okay.
We recently just received an email that we might be at the end of our licensing cycle with you guys. Can you share the cost or what that would look like on renewing the contract?
Yeah, absolutely.
So,
So for just the aptitude battery only, right?
Yeah, we'd have to,
Actually, so just for clarification, we're talking about what would the cost be for, I'd like to know the cost for the high school with, like you said, the aptitude, you said the NC3T comes with that, right? That's not an add-on. So I guess whatever that would be for the high school, but then also how much would it be if we added on the junior high? Because right now we don't have that for the junior high.
Yeah. Okay. So for Seamless and the aptitude battery for your high schools. So we do it per campus, and it's a site license. So it's unlimited use at the high school or whatever campus. So for the aptitude battery and work-based learning, it would be $4,000 per campus. Now, if you have, how many campuses do you have in your district?
For the high school, just one, right?
We have one high school, one junior high.
Okay. Okay. So that would be the price for Discovery and Seamless for your high school, $4,000. And then for the high school, it would just, or I'm sorry, for the middle school, it would be $2,000.
An additional 2,000 for the junior high.
Right.
Great.
And that comes with trainings. And you'll always, so you're going to have a training team. And then you're going to have, I work with a colleague, her name is Deanne. So you'll essentially have two of us. So two real people, customer service and a training team.
Awesome. What I love is that though, if there's additional questions, we can reach out and ask. And I will say that they were kind of whispering here earlier that the customer support has been really good. So
They really are a special group. I'm glad that you've had a good experience with them.
so a final, just to be clear, what that comes with, you said is the YouScience, YouScience, like that basic comes with the Seamless or the NC3T, the Discovery, which is the aptitudes. What would be then an add-on? This precision exams, that's an add-on cost? You're saying
That
that
would, yeah, that would be the add-on. Oh, and of course too, with the aptitude battery, you're going to get all of the EDP, that there's reflection pieces, the employer component, the college's component, all the data and analytics. An add-on would be the precision exams.
got it. Out of curiosity, what's the cost for that? Is that like a per student or per campus or?
So you can do it different ways. So for example, if you just wanted to offer the laps and exams, they're $18 per student. If you wanted to have a site license where every exam listed here is available to every student at your school, unlimited use, pre and post test, all the data, we could do a site license. And
Okay.
if you wanted to do a site license for the exams and the aptitude battery, you get a discount. I think it's like for exams only, a site license for exams only for a high school is something around like $5,000. But if you wanted to, if you got that in addition to Seamless and the aptitudes, it's like, I think like $750
Oh.
or $7,500. And if you need any quotes, I'm glad to.
It's a big difference. Hold on, it's just a clarification.
I said $750.
Yeah. So if you already had Seamless, if you
Uh-huh.
Seamless or the NC3T, and you had the Discovery, and you want to add the precision exams, the addition would be how much?
So okay, so that would be all of those things you just listed with the discounted price would be $7,500.
I see what you're saying.
Total.
With you
Total.
adding it all together, not an addition. So it was a-
For the
Got
high
it.
school.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, I
got
really confused you guys. I'm
it.
sorry.
No. So it'd be basically 3,500 as opposed to 5,000 if you just did the precision exams.
Right.
Got it. All right.
Mhm.
All right. Is there any final questions? Because I think we've hit our.
Yeah, we're over 2 minutes. So
Okay. Okay. All right, and if we do, I'm sure we'll circle back to you. We've got a couple more demos in a couple of days, but then we'll circle back. Catherine, did you have any final questions? I don't know if she's still with me or not, but.
Yeah.
All right.
okay. Hey, I wanted to throw out too, if any of you are interested in going through the aptitude battery yourself, reach out. I'm glad to give you trial access. You'll learn a lot about yourself.
Actually, I meant to do that last time, so I'm
I
gonna
don't
try.
know.
I'm gonna try to. So I will
Okay.
follow back up because I don't know if I
Yeah.
still have access or not, but.
Great. Well, thank you all for your time and your consideration. It's really nice to meet you all and thank you.
Thank you very much.
Have a great day. Bye.
That's been fun.